The Widow and the Stranger. The morning light crept across the worn wooden floorboards of the Hayes Ranch kitchen, settling on the same empty chair where Daniel used to drink his coffee. Eleanor Hayes stared at it for a long moment, her hands still on the handle of the kettle, as if waiting for a ghost to appear. Outside, the wind chased dust over the dry paddock. Another day had begun, but time seemed to move differently since her husband's death. Slower, quieter, heavier. 6 months had passed, and still the house felt divided between what was gone and what refused to leave. Baby Grace slept in a woven basket near the stove, the soft rise and fall of her breath the only reminder that life hadn't completely given up on the Hayes name. Eleanor poured herself a cup of bitter coffee, though the taste no longer mattered. She needed strength, not sweetness. A distant hum of tires broke the silence. The agency truck was early. She wiped her hands on her apron and went to the porch. The vehicle stopped at the gate, and a man stepped out, a tall figure in a faded flannel shirt, carrying a single duffel bag. The dust clung to his boots as he walked up the path. "Mrs. Hayes." His voice was calm, steady, neither deferential nor bold. "Yes," she said, adjusting her shawl. "You must be the new cook." Luke Carter. He tipped his hat politely. His eyes, gray as storm clouds, studied her for a moment before drifting toward the baby's cry inside. "I was told the ranch could use an extra pair of hands." "It can," Eleanor answered, keeping her tone even. "The kitchen's yours if you can handle long days and longer silences." "I can handle both." That was all. No questions, no prying remarks about her widowhood, no pity disguised as kindness. She led him through the back door and pointed to the pantry, the old stove, the stack of unwashed dishes she hadn't bothered with since sunrise. Luke set down his bag and immediately began unpacking supplies: flour, spices, a cast-iron skillet he'd brought himself. Eleanor watched in silence. His movements were precise, practiced, as if he'd worked kitchens far grander than this one. Something about him didn't fit the dusty life of a hired ranch hand, but she was too tired to care. The agency had promised competence, not conversation. When the smell of cornbread filled the kitchen an hour later, Grace stirred awake. Luke turned, lowering his voice instinctively as he asked, "May I?" He gestured toward the baby. Eleanor hesitated, then nodded. He lifted Grace gently, his large hands careful, almost reverent. Grace stared at him for a long moment before smiling. "She doesn't smile for everyone," Eleanor said softly. "Babies can tell," he replied.